Okay. Welcome to the NCAA March Madness first round press conference with UCLA. We are joined by Charisma Osborne and Kiki Rice. We are also joined by head coach Corey Close. We ask that you please only ask questions when you have the microphone in your hand and that you state your name and publication. If you have joined us through Zoom tonight, please ask your questions in the chat and include your publication as well. Thank you, and we will start with questions for the athletes.
Taking to win LA Times for Charisma. We talked this week about playing in like a normal tournament for the first time. So what was it like getting to play in this normal tournament game?
It was fun. I was having so much fun. Even before the game, like we were having so much fun in the locker room. And when we came out, just like the energy, seeing so many people out there. I know we were all just super excited to finally play. It's been a while. But it's just been so exciting, like playing, and it's everyone's first time on the team really going through the tournament for the first time. So it was fun. I had fun.
Sabrina Merchant, The Athletic. It seems like you guys had some extra energy to start. Like, was that just, the buildup of waiting a week? Or, I mean, Kiki, even that and one at the beginning, like, you were pretty animated, so.
Yeah, I mean, in, like, pregame warm-ups before, when we were in the locker room just hanging out, we were just excited. I think we were playing music, we were having fun, we were just getting ready, and I think, we had the whole day to wait, so a lot of, like, built-up excitement. So we were just excited to get out there and handle the first game.
Charisma, you mentioned no one on this team really having a lot of NCAA experience. Did you address potential nerves at all this week, or was it just kind of business as usual?
Yeah, I think we did. We talked about pressure a lot this week and how we can attack it and apply it, and I think we did that tonight. That was like a big key to our scouting report, just applying pressure on defense. So I wasn't nervous. Were you nervous?
No, not really.
Yeah, no. I wasn't really nervous today. I think we were all just super excited to finally play again. It's so hard staying quiet.
Joe Reedy, AP. For Charisma and Kiki, how many of the games did you watch during the afternoon and seeing all the comebacks and rallies and everything? How much of a point was it to get out to that big lead, but also just to keep the foot on the pedal?
Yeah, also I watched like almost all of them, and a lot of the we watched both women's and men's, and all of the just a bunch of them, and then so we knew that there's every team that in March Madness is a great team, so can't take anyone lightly, and we knew we had to come out strong, but it was a good way to kind of throughout the day, because we didn't play till 8:30, to just get my mind off the game and just do other things, just to enjoy other fun basketball games.
And I think our team did a good job of being able to watch those games, but then when it was time for us to play, to really just lock into our game and what we needed to do to win.
Hi, Haley Sawyer, SoCal News Group. Charisma, I think you were out there with all freshmen on the court at one point. So just how does that, deep, long bench really give you some versatility, especially with all those freshmen?
I didn't even notice, so that's a testament to them. They're playing like vets now, so it is super cool, though, having all freshmen out there, and I don't think any other team really in the country is able to do that. So, yeah, I think they played really great tonight, and I think everyone actually played pretty well. But it was super fun out there with them, and I'm excited that they're out here experiencing March Madness.
Hello, Jeremiah from News for Us Online. You guys had a huge defensive performance today, and you guys allowed 0 points off of fast breaks for Sacramento State. What can you say in terms of your defensive performance tonight?
They're not talking to me.
I think that was a key, two of our keys for the game. One was just applying pressure, and then the other one was ball screen defense. So I think we always talk about defense being our anchor. So I think everyone took that to heart, and we knew that if we were going to win and win by a lot, we need to play defense, and that's going to be a key to every game moving forward. So just keeping that in the back of our minds, that defense is going to win us games.
For Charisma, it's David Yapkowitz from The Next. You've talked a lot about how happy you are to have somebody like Kiki, alongside you, so you don't have to bring the ball up so much, you don't have the ball in your hands. But, you had the ball in your hands a lot tonight, 5 assists. Just How has that part of your game just kind of developed over the years? You know, you being, you know, a primary playmaker, and as the tournament, you know, as you guys advance as one of the leaders on the team, you know, do you kind of see yourself, you know, having the ball in your hands a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, the last 2 years I've gotten a lot of experience, and I'm grateful for that now. But yeah, I like having the ball in my hands, and I like making plays for my teammates, and like I don't always have to score. So if I can get other people's shots and do things to impact the game, then I'm going to try to do that for my team.
Gavin Carlson, Daily Bruin. For Kiki, I remember there was games earlier in the season where you might have only taken a couple shots throughout the game or something like that. 10 points in the first quarter here tonight. You looked like you were really aggressive from the start. How do you feel you've grown confidence-wise in terms of, you know, maybe not waiting to feel out the game and sort of just being confident enough to, from the get-go, attacking and being yourself?
Yeah, I think throughout the season, my confidence has just gone up, and I think as I've, you know, gotten more experience playing games and knowing like what my team needs from me, I'm just, you know, reading the game and basing it off that. I think I had some, you know, open lanes in there in the beginning that I took because I thought I had a mismatch or could score on my defender, but I think I definitely have a lot of confidence going into NCAA tournament. So, you know, thankful for my teammates and coaches and everyone who's, you know, helped me to get to this point and kind of grow my confidence.
Haley again, SoCal News Group. I've heard that you guys are trying to get Emily Bessoir to be a little bit more aggressive, but how does her like calmness kind of work in your guys' favor in games like this?
Yeah. Okay.
Either or. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Em's like such a sweet girl, and I think like sometimes, you know, maybe at the beginning she's not super aggressive or not always like hunting her shot just because she's trying to get everyone else involved, but we know how lethal Em can be out there, and when she's hitting shots and when she's playing great, our team is so much better. So I think it's just, you know, giving her that green light, and she knows that, you know, whatever shot she takes, we all think it's going in. If it doesn't, we have her back. So. Yeah.
And she's wearing the bun now, so
Yeah.
she's been aggressive. She's just been playing really well in the bun, so we're like, keep the bun every game. So she's been wearing the bun since the Pac-12 tournament, and yeah, messy bun.
You guys have seemed really relaxed the past couple days because even the first 5 minutes of practice yesterday, kind of at center court, dance party broke out. I mean, is that something that you guys usually do before practice, or it's just something that just because you guys were incredibly loose and relaxed did it yesterday?
I mean, I think we always have a lot of fun. We're always pretty relaxed, but we've also like it feels like we haven't played in a while, and it's been like we've had a lot of practices and just we were just excited to finally have a game. So I think there's a lot of excitement going up to this game and all the prep, and we've had really good practices. So it's just been, you know, a lot of fun these past few days.
And Coach Corey initiated that.
Yeah.
But I think, too, it's still important to remember, like, this is fun. Like, we want to have fun and not have it be so serious all the time. So I love that our team can do that and still be focused when we have to practice, but also still have so much fun and dance and make jokes and things like that.
All right, we have time for one last question.
What's happening out there?
Charisma, now you get to play one more game in Poly. What has it meant to you to play in this building for the last 4 years?
Yeah, it means a lot. Poly, obviously, there's so many historical things that have happened here before. So it's super cool to play in here. And honestly, I'm probably biased, but I do think it's the prettiest gym in the country. And it's just so fun to play with my teammates, have the coaches there, have my family here, and all the fans. And I just have been enjoying playing here so much. And it means a lot. And I'm super excited for the future, super excited to continue in the tournament.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys can go. I have to stay. Yeah, they did a great job. They're pretty good.
Thank you.
All right, so we are going to start with an opening statement from Coach Close, and then we will get to questions in the room.
I think that, I think the thing I'm most proud of is our preparation. I think that this team has been a great learning team. And you asked about the dance party. I think that it's my responsibility as a coach to learn about this particular group with every experience we have together. And, candidly, I wish I had handled the day before the championship game a little differently. And I learned about them that, I don't need to motivate them to work hard. This group is a really hardworking group. I know they want it. I think the 48 hours between when we won in the semifinals and we're playing in the finals, we got tense. And I think we didn't play our best basketball in that final because we were putting more, as the day went on, we were putting more and more pressure on ourselves. And I think that was a very conscious choice on our staff's part, that if we kept preparing with great focus, then we also needed to bring great joy. And I think that balance is really, really important. And that was the key for me tonight, was I thought we played with really good preparation and focus, but we also tried to enjoy the moments. And, I think that came out. I thought Charisma, she's probably one of the ones that puts the most pressure on herself. And I thought she was the most consistent. And she wasn't scoring at first, but they were sending lots of people to her. That's why she had 5 assists, 0 turnovers. 12 rebounds, 11 points. But to me, her plus minus was the top on the team at plus 22. And I think that's really speaks volumes. She made winning plays. So, we knew that Sacramento State was a really lethal offensive team. And I think holding them to only 4 threes was really, really important. And out rebounding them by 15 was really important. So it's going to be a completely different game on Monday. But we're excited to be 1-0 and have another opportunity to play.
Coach, usually I ask you what kind of things you liked out of the game, but it seems like maybe you guys have taken more of a mental jump than even a statistical jump tonight. Like going back about a month and a half ago to the 3 losses in a row, how is today's UCLA Bruins different than that team?
Well, I think our identity is more solidified. So I think we were making enough winning plays in those 3 games to win, but we weren't solid enough on our identity to make the ones that were right for us down the stretch. And I think through that experience, we've really said, hey, when the pressure comes, what's good for us? What are the things that we can slip up in, and how do we protect ourselves against that? And then also, when are we at our best? And in those moments, what are going to be our go-to things? And what's our identity in those pressurized moments? And so I think we've worked really, really hard at that. And it hasn't been easy, but I think we are more confident in who we are and when we're at our best.
And I know you haven't, Coach Shannon and Coach Tasha were scouting very seriously there. I know you haven't had a chance to watch all that yet, but
I was watching back there every play. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, good. Okay. So how are you guys going to prepare to face a team like Oklahoma?
Well,
that's also loaded.
Yeah, completely different. So Sac State was one of the slowest paced teams, very methodical on the offensive end, and we were trying to speed them up, right, in everything that we did. It is the absolute opposite. Oklahoma is one of the most fast-paced teams. Really good offensive team. I think about 83 points a game they average. I mean, they're really, really good. So an absolute different game plan. First of all, credit to the job that Jenny's done with that group. I mean, I think she's a superb coach. I've been watching her teams. I've been preparing along the way, and I've watched several films, and she just does an excellent job. And they sort of play small ball. They're long, but they don't have like a 6'5" post player that's like really dominant that they're going to play through, but all of them are versatile. And obviously they all shoot the 3. It's just it's going to be so important that we limit their transition points, limit threes, and that we really control possessions on the defensive end.
Hey, Coach. You have a legitimately, 10 deep roster. You played all 10 available players today. Like Sacramento State only played, 7, 8 players. For most teams, have shorter rotations. What kind of goes into managing, having such a deep rotation like that? And, as you continue to advance, what are some of the advantages to having such a deep rotation?
Well, when you look at, the NCAA tournament, how many times have you already seen in the men's and women's tournament, sort of somebody off the bench make a huge spark for a team? I think everybody's got to stay ready, but everybody's also got to stay selfless. And, selflessness is about, hey, what does the team need from me today? And whatever that is, I'm willing to do. Because, maybe it won't be that way. Our game plan really was really good for that today, because we wanted to speed them up. We wanted to press. So we wanted to keep fresh bodies in there to keep that going. And maybe there'll be someone that's really hot, and maybe we won't be able to do that. But what I love about this team is, number one, we have options. Number two, we're selfless. And, and number three, I think that we have so many different weapons that play against different styles. So it may not be the same every single game through the tournament. But right now, I just want to make sure that we're mentally prepared and that we're completely selfless, and then we'll see what the game brings.
Corey, the last couple of weeks, has the game slowed down for Kiki where everything is finally coming into focus, or just for her coming in as a second-ranked player, did we over-expect kind of what she was going to do this year?
Well, also on top of it, she started out like gangbusters, right? And then, then you're going to be the center of everybody's scouting report. And so, welcome to college basketball. And now you got to sort of regroup. I think every single one of our freshmen, and I think every freshman across the country, hits a wall. And this is a new experience, and they get exposed on bad habits that they didn't even know they had. And, you have to battle to get your confidence back. You've never had to wrestle with that because you've always been the best player. And I think every single one of our freshmen have had that at different times. But for Kiki, it sort of happened right in the middle of Pac-12 play. And, what's so great about Kiki is that she has such relentless work ethic that I think eventually all of that preparation, all of that hard work, all the extra work, I have to kick her out of the gym, all the time. And I also want to give a ton of credit to Coach Tasha on our staff. She does a lot of work one-on-one with Kiki. And I just think they've been working a ton on what are hunting shots. I think she was just not really confident about what's mine and what can I go get? And it was sort of like she was sort of a paralysis by analysis, she just was over-analyzing everything. And I think, she just had to, the game had to slow down before it could speed up. And I think she just had to go through that learning process. But she's relentless, and she's really smart. She's really intellectual. She studies the game. I watched film a few days ago with Gina and Kiki, and we didn't finish. And they said, Coach, will you meet us again? We'll be here at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. Can we finish these film clips from the Pac-12 tournament? And that's just how she is. And that's how, I think she's being rewarded by that work.
Time for one more question.
Jeremiah from News Source Online again. So after almost more than a 20-point victory in the first round, are you worried at all about making sure your team stays hungry?
No. How about that for an answer? I just think the reality is that the next time you're not hungry, you go home. And so we want to keep playing. And, so our focus is completely on whatever it takes to become 1-0 again. And this team really wants to do great things. And so we're going to have to play better than we did tonight to beat Oklahoma. And we're going to have to get better. And we're going to have to continue to fight to be us and to play to our identity. But this team is hungry, and I'm not worried about that at all. And before I let you all go, I just want to thank you guys. We had a nice crowd here tonight. We're going to need more. Just your coverage and the way that you guys have sort of created some buzz around this weekend is really meaningful to us, and it's meaningful to our game. And so just really thank you guys for telling the stories. Thank you for being here tonight. I know it's late. We're the last game here. So thank you for staying the course, and thanks for helping grow our game. Appreciate you all.